It's the end of 2020, thank God. Hey guys, what's up? It's Sachika. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day and let's get into it. So, first of all, I got a haircut, which I think actually looks really nice. It's maybe just a little bit shorter, but I got the front done quite a bit shorter. And a lot of my hair is red now instead of just it being the bottom. Yeah, that's for a little hair update right there. This is gonna be my last video for the year. It goes up on the 27th and then I'm taking a week off, and then I will come out with my next video, which will be in January, which is great. And it's the end of 2020, thank God. So, this is my fourth and my last bullet journal video in consecutive order. Consecutively, one after another, basically. And I'm just going to talk about bullet journaling for beginners. Now, I know a lot of people who want to start bullet journaling 2020. By a lot of people, I know it's for my parents, one of their friends, my best friend, and yeah. So now, I set up my own journal, but all of the above mentioned people are using printed planners, which I will link down below, the ones that they bought, which was all just from the same place. This place called Old Giraffe. I found it on Instagram and everybody just really liked the layout of it and how cute it was, and so everyone just bought the same one. And yeah, I think, should I go get it to show you guys? No, I'll do that. I'll show you guys the printed planners at the very end. My dad's printed planner is in his study room thing, and I will go get it and show you guys. Now, let's start with what is bullet journaling. Now, bullet journaling for any other kind of person is basically like making your own planner. Like I mentioned, instead of making a bullet journal, everybody who I know who is starting bullet journaling in 2021 is getting a printed planner, and it's basically the same thing. Now, the reason bullet journaling is different and it's such a huge thing here on YouTube and on social media is because you do it yourself, and all of us try and make ours more creative than the last one you saw, which really it shouldn't be like that, and you don't have to do that. Now, supplies I recommend when you're just starting is literally just a notebook and pen. I'll show you guys the one I'm using right now, or I will till the end of 2020. It's the Archer all-in-one, but this thing costs like $35 or something, which is insane to me. But it's also like 160 GSM paper and it's dotted and all that. You don't need any of that. Just go on to Amazon.com, find yourself a nice, whether it's ruled or blank or dotted or whatever you prefer. It can literally be 80 GSM, the cheapest A5 notebook you can find. And the reason I say A5 is because A6 is too small according to me. You can't really get anything done in A6. I remember when my dad had an A6 little notepad that he had just to write down like a running list of things that he needed to do. That thing tore and things happened to it. Yeah. And I also find that A6 is just too small for anyone to write anything except a daily list. And sometimes you just have things that you want to do over the week. Like for example, I stretch one assignment which has multiple parts over an entire week. And like for example, I had to do like 2 still life drawings, but I also had to paint them. So I drew them on one day, and then I did the pen aspect of it yesterday, and then I'm gonna paint it today, which like that, you know, sometimes you want to split things up. And like I said, I find A6 and A7 and all that to be just really tiny. I think A5 is the perfect size for anyone. You can have a weekly thing going on. You can have all 7 days happening at the same time on the same 2-page spread thingy. And yeah, that's why I think you need an A5. So Okay, I'm going off track here. I think you should get an A5 notebook of any kind. Like I said, it can be a grid notebook, it can be a line notebook, it can be a blank, it can be dotted, whatever you want. And a pen, and that's literally all you need. So today morning, it's afternoon now, but today morning I watched this video by Plant-Based Bride, and she set up her husband's journal for 2021. And in that journal, the only thing she included was a cover page for 2021 and a future log. And that was it for the yearly spreads. Now, if you watched my video, I included I don't even know how many spreads in my yearly thing. And like I said, that's all just unnecessary unless you're really into the system, and you really need and want that many spreads. But when you're just starting off, you don't need any of that. You literally just need, if you want, you can even forego the cover page, but I would recommend starting with a cover page, and then just to give yourself that starting feeling, and a future log, and of course a key. I highly recommend having a key in there, because then you can familiarize yourself with the system and how all the keys work and how all the bullets work and how you can make it work for yourself. Wow, that was a lot. Yeah, so I would say key, cover page, future log. I'll put the pictures of my spreads of those over here. And after that, you can just skip straight to month number 1 and say cover page and a monthly log and your weekly or daily log, whichever you prefer. I know a lot of people who like to have an entire A5 page, the one side of the book dedicated to each day, which I find kind of insane. The only reason being that I never have that much to write down for one day, and I think I would just look at that and just be like, why the hell is it so empty? But I use an entire double page. Maybe sometimes even I do a Dutch store, so then that would be like 4 pages for 1 week instead of having an entire page dedicated to a day. But if you guys are one of those people who need an entire page dedicated to one day and need that new start every single day, go ahead and do that. Do whatever works for you. The reason I said monthly log is because you need to have a way to track what's going on month-wise rather than year-wise. So the future log is for the entire year, right? Monthly log is for the month. And so you should have something where you just have the month thing over there. And that's literally it. And then once you get used to using those things and you finish 1 month, and maybe even 2 months, if it takes you 2 months or 3 months to get used to it, that's fine. Nobody cares. It's your own bullet journal. Look at it and have it as precise or non-precise, or as many spreads or as few spreads as you prefer. Now, I do know that Elizabeth from Plant-Based Bride, her husband has been using a journal for years, or I don't know if it's years or whatever, but ever since I've been watching her, she's been setting up her own journal as well as her husband's. I will link her husband's setup thing down below and up here. And so I know she's been setting up his journal for a while as well, and his journal is still this simple. So imagine that. I mean, she mentions it even in her video that her journal had 10 spreads and his has 2. So yeah, it can be as simple or as complicated as you want it to be. Now, the reason I advocate this system to students very specifically, because first of all, I am a student and I find it really helpful, but also students as a whole, especially college students, we have to take care of assignments and due dates and homework and classwork and classes and timings of that. And I manage if you're living away from home, you get a certain allowance. If you're also living away from home, you probably have a job, which I don't, but a lot of people do. And you have to keep track of the money that you're spending, and you have to keep track of what you're eating, because as a student, it's very easy to get lost in, I'm gonna make instant noodles every single day. And you don't want that. You want to be at least a little bit healthy, so you want to keep track of what you're eating as well, if you want to. Of course, a lot of people don't do that even as students. I do, but that's for a different purpose completely, as you guys probably know if you guys have been here before. Now, the reason I advocated towards students is because we have to keep track of all of that. Do you guys see this bottle? It has been through some things. Anyway, so yeah, the reason I advocated towards students is because we have to keep track of all of this. And it's hard to keep track of. Like, I remember my best friend he's the same age as me, so we're both in college. And so during his first semester, he sent me quite a few pictures of his to-do list for college. You know, submissions that he had, deadlines that were there, exams that he had, due dates, homework, all of that. And he was making it on his laptop in notes or on stickies or whatever, and I would look at it and I would get literal nightmares of that list. And I would just be like, how are you managing all of that? And he was like, I don't know. I was like, now, bullet journaling is something where it would work for you if you like writing things down on paper. Of course, there are people who do digital bullet journals, which is great. It's great. But basically, bullet journaling is like you write it down physically, and that sense of satisfaction that you get from taking something off or whatever, coloring the bullet in or whatever, like, that's something that I don't think any feeling can mimic for me. That is just my thing. Now, I do know that the reason I am using my bullet journal currently is because I set it up myself. Now, before this, basically in 11th grade, when I started 11th grade, AS levels, I had bought myself a printed planner, and I did not use it at all. I used maybe 2 pages out of that thing, and I had spent a lot of money on it. I think it was like $30 or something. And it was just there. It was lying on my table. It was there for me to use, but I just never did, and I don't even know why. But I taken the effort, and I put in the effort to plan something out week by week, month by month, and I use it, and I don't know why. It just works for me. Now, if you guys find that printed planners work for you, that's great. That's less effort for you, unless you decide that you want to put in that extra effort and plan it yourself. This video may be a little bit overwhelming, but basically, if you guys just, I'll link it down below and put it up here again, my 2020 bullet journal look back. If you look at my bullet journal at the start of the year, last year, this year, start of 2020, basically, when I just started bullet journaling, I reckon you go check that out, because I had nothing in there. And apart from just not having anything in there, I also didn't use what I had in there, to be honest. Like, if you look at the February part of it, I used the habit trackers maybe once, and then just never filled it in. My weekly spreads were practically empty. The only thing I did really use was the monthly log, and that's why I recommended that you guys start off with the future log, the monthly log, and the cover pages, and that's about it. That's really all you need. And also, of course, your daily or weekly thing. Then as you get into it, you can add your habit trackers and your mood trackers and all of that good stuff. Now, I will link everything that I recommend down below. They'll all be Amazon links. And these are all catered to beginners, but I will also include the other notebooks that I liked, so that if you guys are one of those who just wants to start off artistic, or you've already started a bullet journal and you want to continue being artistic with it, you can get one of the 160 GSM ones, which are of course way more expensive, but so worth it according to me, because like I said, I like being artistic in my journal and whatever. Now I'm just going to show you guys what I had at the start when I started journaling and what I invested in. So like I mentioned, first thing, notebook. Again, if you guys want to go check out what I did in this notebook, go to the 2020 look back and you'll see it over there. Now, this is the notebook. It was just a 80 GSM. Or was it 100 GSM? I'm not really sure. It was either 80 or 100 GSM notebook that I just bought off Amazon. It was completely blank. No lines, no grids, no nothing on it. It was blank and it worked actually. So, notebook. pen, I just bought one fine liner because I like writing with fine liner. And also if you put anything on top of fine liner, it won't bleed. So fine liner, invest in a good fine liner. They don't cost that much, but I'll put the set down below. Notebook, pen. Now that's all you need, but I invested in a few other things as well, which included a 6 set of these guys. Now these are brush pens from Camlin brush pens. A set of 6 which I used at the start. Like I said, I'm an artistic person, I'm an art student, and so I invested in brush pens. And that was pretty much it. I had washi tapes from before, and I had colored pens like this guy, this huge set of 20. I had it from before. Like I said, I am an art student, so I needed all of this before, and I had it, but I didn't really use it. But what I did invest in specifically for my bullet journal was notebook, pen, and those brush pens, and I'll link all 3 down below. Now the links are affiliate, of course, because, well, they're just not affiliate, guys. They're just not affiliate. Anyway, so, and that's pretty much it. I'll just go get the printed planner. Now this is the printed planner that my dad bought. I know it's really cute and colorful. It has an elastic thing. It has this bookmark thing down here. It has a bunch of pre-printed spreads, and it's actually really cute. No, this is not a promo for them. They're not paying me to do any of this. But basically this is the year at a glance. They even have a habit tracker in here. Now this is for Jan. This is the monthly log. And the weeklies. Isn't that great? So this is actually a great option for printed planners if they work for you. I'll link it down below. Again, not affiliated with the brand in any way. I just found these planners really cute, and 4 people I know have bought them, so they're attractive to other people as well. So if printed planners work for you, this is also a great option. I just recommend bullet journaling in general to everybody, whether you use a printed one or you make one yourself. If you do make one yourself, of course, that's good for my videos and my channel. But if you don't, that's totally fine. You have to do what works for you and what will help you, because this is a system that helps you. If this doesn't work for you at all, and if you think just traditionally making a simple to-do list in any notebook works for you, then that's great too. But if you have a bullet journal, it accommodates everything. At least it does for me. The more you get used to the system, the more you add to it, the more you use it for. Like I said, I use it for habit tracking and mood tracking, and even tracking my grocery list. Like, to be honest with you guys, my bullet journal does so much. It's not appreciated enough. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is just make it work for yourself. That's very much possible. It's what all of us do. I will also link the original video. I hope the video is still up. It's by Ryder Carroll. He came up with the system. Well, not really. All of us have always been writing down to-do lists forever. But he's the one who kind of gave it a name and gave it a thing. I will also link down below my favorite bullet journal channels, which include Amanda Rach Lee, Flower Based Bride, Caitlin's Corner, Cat's Planner, all of those people. I will link all of them down below so you guys can go check them out and give them some love, because they're amazing. If you guys want, also give my videos some love, because thank you, I'm asking you to. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing and liking the video, and leave a comment down below about anything really, how your day is going or not. But I would appreciate it, and I try and respond as soon as possible to all the comments. And yeah, bye.